Hi and welcome back to DCS, Digital Combat Simulator. We're going to look at the F-14 training mission, basics, shore-based takeoff. So let's have a look. Load it up. We're loaded. Have a quick look at the external side of the airplane. Jump back inside. Good morning, pilot. Today we learn how to taxi and take off in the Tomcat. We're at Tsukumi Airfield with a clean aircraft and only empty drop tanks loaded. The aircraft is already started and good to go, so let's begin.
Good morning, pilot. Today you will learn how to taxi and take off in the Tomcat. We are at Tsukumi Airfield with a clean aircraft and only empty drop tanks loaded. The aircraft is already started and good to go, so let's begin.
We'll hit spacebar.
Press spacebar when you are ready.
Gunfighter 2-1, taxi to runway 12 via Alpha, altimeter 29er-9er-2.
Taxi runway 12 via Alpha, Gunfighter 2-1.
Okay, he's read that back.
First, disengage the parking brake.
Okay, so the parking brake's down here.
Turn on the nose wheel steering. The amber
push
nose
N on
wheel
the
steering
keyboard.
engage light next to the HUD should illuminate.
So we're looking up here and on the keyboard.
Check the brakes by depressing and releasing the brake pedals while checking the brake pressure.
I haven't worked out where
Press
the
space
brake
bar to
pressure
continue.
is. This is something I need to work out because I can keep tapping it, not seeing anything moving anywhere. And you'd think it would be like there or something, but I'm not seeing nothing. There's nothing changing. So I don't know where that is yet, but we've done that step, so let's push space.
Set anti-skid to bolt.
Okay, that's down here.
Make sure the HUD is set to takeoff mode. This will
Just
allow
tapping
the
it all the
vertical
way up,
speed to be
right-clicking
indicated on the
twice.
left side of the HUD.
The HUD switches over here, so we're just gonna click it once.
You may now taxi to
It's a
runway
very weird
12.
switch.
Follow taxiway Alpha to the right. When nose wheel steering is activated, the rudder pedals will steer the nose wheel left and right. You can also use differential brake to help with steering.
Looks like he wants me
Hold
to
short of
move
the
already.
runway.
Well, we could do that. You're good, are we? Alright, so we're gonna give it just a little bit of throttle. And we're moving. We'll turn it around. I'm going to runway 12, which is basically all the way down here. So we'll get this plane moving just a little bit faster. There does not appear to be a nose wheel high setting like in the F-18C. I've been looking at the manual and haven't discovered anything on that yet, so not a massive problem. The plane does seem to turn a bit, and I think you can use wheel brakes to maybe assist with turning.
Shit, you're too fast!
Unsure about that at the moment. We'll slow down a little. I'm only taxiing, so yeah, speed is down here. Can't see it too clearly, but your takeoff speed is basically when this gets to around 150 and then you're taking off. And then obviously past that it starts looking at Mach. Okay, so we're almost towards the end here. Bringing the throttle back, we're just slowing it down. Let's have a quick look. We're doing okay. It's not very clear to me where I was supposed to stop, so I'm just going to hold short around about here and hit the brakes.
Set the trim to 0 and press the spacebar when
This
ready.
is another thing I'm still yet to work out. I would presume you would need to be setting your trim settings on your joystick separately. But if I tap them at the moment, not doing very much. So, yeah, that's something I'm going to have to look into further. But it does highlight this area here. Hit space.
Set wing sweep to auto.
Okay, so the wing sweep button, from what I can understand, is actually on the throttle. So it was one of these buttons on here. So you're going to have to actually go into your menus. So I have done this already, but basically we're just going to go to search, put in wing sweep, and then set something to auto. So just make it some button that you can click either on your photo, on your joystick, whatever, but make a button for that. Wing sweep auto mode, because that's what you're going to need. And then once you've done that, you can then hit that button. So I'm going to do now.
Lower the maneuver flaps
gets
by
you
pressing
past
the
that
DLC
step.
thumb wheel aft on the stick. Visually check the wings and the flap indicator. You may also lower the flaps to full, however, the maneuver flaps should be sufficient. Press
So
the spacebar to continue.
just some things, there's auto, and then you can switch this down to manual. But down here is the flaps. Now the flaps are here, so all I'm going to do is just drag it all the way down to the bottom. And then I'm going to hit space.
Gunfighter 2-1, wind 080 at 2 knots. Cleared for takeoff, runway 12.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 12, Gunfighter 2-1.
It says flaps down on this meter.
Go ahead and taxi onto the runway, and press the spacebar when ready.
I don't feel I'm ready, but let's have a look. So wings are now on auto, and the flaps are out. So that's quite interesting. And this here is interestingly still all the way at the front. Okay, let's give it a little bit of throttle.
In the F-14B, takeoffs are made with military power only due to airspeed restrictions on the landing gear and risks for afterburner flameouts and asymmetric thrusts. You may choose to disengage the nose wheel steering. This is normally done at the 100 knots call from the Rio. Advance the throttles to 100% RPM.
So I'm going to be looking down
Rotate
here,
at 140 knots.
and I'm just putting the
Hold
throttle
the
to
stick back
10.
firmly, but gently. The
will
aircraft
take
should
off.
lift at around 150 knots.
So the two things we're looking at is this down here as we're taking off. I'm looking at this, and I'm also looking up here at this. So we want this bar here to be a 150. We want this bar here to be about 10. Until I get more information, that's what I'm doing. So, okay, let's give this a go. I'm sort of lined up. I could hit the brakes again, but we'll go from here. In fact, no, let's hit the brakes first. We're going to push W. I'm going to keep it on the brakes held, and we're just going to give it a little bit of throttle. See what the brakes can hold. Just pulling just gently, and then I'll release. We'll give it a little bit of throttle. And we'll just get it to go up to 10. Okay, we're moving. So we're now looking at the airspeed down here. We'll turn the nose wheel steering off. And we're going to pull back gently on the stick. And she's taken off real
Raise
smoothly.
the landing gear.
Pushing G on the
maneuver
keyboard to
flaps
bring
will
that up.
automatically retract to the CADC
Now
control
apparently the
position
laps
the
are
next
going
time
to
the
go up
aircraft
automatically.
crosses a sensor's
They
trigger
don't seem
point
to have done
for that
anything.
schedule.
So
You can also retract them by applying DLC thumb wheel forward. Use the DLC thumb wheel if you wish to
F-14B
deploy them
flaps up.
manually in flight.
And we'll just have a quick look at a plane going past. So yeah, the gear's up and the flaps are up.
You may now set the HUD mode to cruise on the display panel.
Okay, so we're looking at down here. We're going to hit this switch
Well done,
for
pilot.
cruise.
This concludes the lesson. In the next one, we'll teach you to land this baby.
So if you stick around this fly for a little bit, he makes another comment, and I'll let you see that. And then after that, there's not much to see in this mission. That's really completely mission complete. In this mode, it flies really nicely, I guess you could say, with the wings out like this. It's very okay to handle if you don't do anything too sudden. The big thing I'm sort of noticing is when you go make a turn, it doesn't seem to lose as much airspeed as what the Hornet did. So when you're making a turn, it seems to still keep up a lot of your airspeed. The plane is not just naturally losing that airspeed. So the wings have seemingly swept back just a little bit. I haven't really done anything there to do that. Just cruising along. In fact, I don't know how long it's going to take for
What? Oh, you're still here? Well, then have some fun.
So that was the final comment, and that's how long it takes then. So thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe and follow. Lots more to learn. So we'll keep getting through these tutorial videos and see what we can pick up. Later.